Hey there, Rush fans. This is Mark Benetti alongside you for your latest edition of Behind the Bench, presented by Assurance Solutions. Our off-season series continues, and joining me this week on the set is the Assistant General Manager of the Rapid City Rush, Brandon Schumacher. Brandon, great to have you on the program. Thanks so much for joining us this week. The off-season, it's a double-edged sword. Unfortunately, you're no longer watching or playing hockey, but on the other side of things, a franchise gets to engage in projects, especially out in the community. So for the fans at home that don't know, what exactly are the Rush planning on doing in the community this off-season?
Well, first off, the first part of your double-edged sword, what a great first season we had in the ECHL to come into this league as quickly as we did and to end on the high notes that we did. We didn't make it as far as we probably would have liked, but, to get in the second round in the first year in the ECHL is a huge accomplishment, and so we couldn't be happier on that side. With the second part, it gives us time to get out in the community. So what we're doing this year is working with Humane Society, volunteering our time there. We're actually working on building a relationship with the Canyon Lake Little League. There are a ton of kids that play there, and we want to volunteer as much as we can because they have a lot of big events coming into town. So we want to get out to communities that support us during the year just to give back to them, parades, anything that we can get our faces out there and show that we care, because our fans do a great job during the season showing that they care about us.
Speaking of the fans, one of the big events we have coming up is next Friday from 5:30 to 7:30 in this ice arena is the second annual State of the Nation address. Obviously, the annual tag implies that this will be a yearly event. So with that being said, what originated the State of the Nation to begin with?
I think it was just openness. There were a lot of questions going around, not a lot of answers out there. So we said, you know what, let's just bring everyone into the ice arena for one event, have a Q&A with them, and answer any questions that may be out there that either people didn't know or don't understand. And last year was the first time, like you said, and it couldn't have gone better. I think a lot of information was put out there, a lot of stuff that maybe people didn't know they now understand, and that's a big thing going forward, especially as you get closer to that 10-year mark. The 15-year mark is just keeping communications open with your season ticket holders and your fans. So I think it's a great event, and we couldn't be happier to have it a second year.
So what are some differences between this year's event and the original counterpart from last year?
A couple of different things. We're still going to have, food, barbecue, question and answer, but we're going to have a select a seat for any season ticket holder or potential season ticket holder. So we'll have the seats that are open marked, so right there you can see the seat that you may be interested in. Go sit in it and let us know, and we can get you signed up in that seat right away so you can officially put claim to it. And then also what we're doing is a refer a friend program, kind of a little different this year. Is you get to bring in someone that is interested, and if they're interested in buying, your name goes into a pot, and then we draw that, and you get one of the specialty jerseys from this last year.
Well, we'll go ahead and take a quick commercial break, folks. We'll be back with your second half of Behind the Bench after a word from our sponsor.
My job at Assurant involves keeping our customers informed at a time when they need us the most. I care about doing a good job for my company, but mostly I care about the people I serve. I found the same spirit of caring in a lot of my coworkers at Assurant. In the communities where we operate, we get involved with outreach groups and local charities. The same teams that are so good at helping our customers are also hard at work helping out in our neighborhoods. I think if I had to tell somebody one thing about Assurant, I'd say we care.
And we're back with your second half of Behind the Bench, presented by Assurance Solutions. And our off-season series joined this week by the Assistant General Manager of the Rapid City Rush, Brandon Schumacher. Brandon, you're one of the last two originals, if you will, that's been with the team going on now all 8 years. So with that being said, rewind the clock back 8 years ago. You just get out of Black Hill State University. You're from the area originally in Edgemont. You hear a pro hockey team is coming to Rapid City. How exactly did you get with this team?
Well, 8 years. Whoa, where did it go? I can't believe 8 seasons is coming up on us. But, I actually took some time off to do an internship down in Disney World, and it cut short and ended up moving back up here. And I had heard the rumors about hockey team coming in, and then to hear that they were accepting internships or applications for it, I put that in right away. I knew the love that I have for the game, and just the interaction that you're able to have with people and fans was something I couldn't pass up. So jumped in that internship and just said, you know what, I'm going to do everything I possibly can to get hired on as a ticket rep. And, you know, a lot of luck, a lot of hard work, and here I am today. So I couldn't be happier.
Now, as long as I've been here, which is going on 3 seasons now, that's how long you've been the assistant general manager of the team. Coach, the owners, they pull you into the office. They say, you're the next assistant general manager. What goes through your mind?
Happiness, you know, surprise, you know, a little fear because it can be a lot of pressure. But, you know, having the ownership group that we have in Joe, they do a great job of preparing you for whatever event comes up and situations. And I couldn't have learned more from them, and even from Tim Hill, I learned a lot from him. So I did feel very prepared going in, and I was just happy to take the team to a different level, you know, the next level, and really work with season ticket holders.
Last question for you, Brandon. Last 3 years as the assistant GM, what has been the highest moment in that position?
Oh, I would have to say this year against Quad City. I mean, that Game 7, you go scoreless for what? 50 odd, yeah, 2 full periods, and then in the last 2 minutes you have 3 goals, and you know the emotions that you go through on that are just roller coaster like, and to have them tied up with what over a little over a minute left, and then us win the game like that, I almost passed out screaming. So that was definitely my high.
Well, thanks so much for joining us this week, Brandon. We'll check with you later in this summer and get some updates on the happenings of the Rush organization. That's been your latest edition of Behind the Bench, folks, presented by Assurance Solutions. And don't forget to continue following our off-season series all summer long.